enough minerals. More overload.
Let's try. Doing the Nydus and see how it works out. Okay. I want to get a new SSD definitely in the next couple of days. It does work. It helps the PC work so much smoother. Wow, I can't talk. I don't know what's with me today. I mean, I know I woke up early, but damn. I feel like I'm like half dead.
That'll cost more. Need more minerals for that.
Okay, let's try the Nydus. If Burr got buffed and Lurkers got buffed as well? Oh, that's actually an interesting question. Did it affect Lurkers? I mean, I doubt it did because that'd be kind of silly. It'd be kind of like Lurkers having the insta burrow, but without the upgrade. So I would say it probably doesn't. Yeah, that'd be kind of too strong. I know.
Without creep. We don't have enough minerals.
Okay, I have to like inject a little bit and spread creep a little bit, and I'm also making the third base because of it. I didn't scout the third, so you might think this is an all-in.
You have to place that. Need more minerals for that. We don't have enough.
Okay, now he's gonna see the third.
5 clusters birthed another queen. Need more minerals for that. We don't have enough minerals. That'll cost more minerals than we have. Need more minerals for that. We don't have enough minerals.
Oh, Nydus is 50-50, right?
Our base is under attack. Someone's stomping on your drones. Your brood has found some more mineral for that. That'll cost more minerals. That's going to require more gas. Your drones are under attack. Our base is under attack. Your brood has found something to chew on. Our base is under attack. Forces have encountered the enemy. Can't follow that command. We don't have enough minerals. Can't follow that command. Your forces have encountered the enemy. Can't follow that command. Enemy's taking out a creep tumor. We need more Vespine. Not enough Vespine. That'll cost more minerals than we have. Can't be done without more overlords. Can't do that. Don't have enough minerals. Can't find that. Enemies got more minerals for that. A queen's just been born. Looks like your brood has evolved. Can't follow that command. Can't do that without you. Brood has found something to chew on. Can't be done without more overlords. Can't follow that command. something to chew on. Spawn more overlords. Not enough energy.
See, this is the good part of Nydus being so cheap, because you can just go back and forth. The Nydus, the initial Nydus network costs, I think, 250, 200. Not sure about the maps, the exact amount, but I know it's 50-50 more expensive. But then the Nydus worms are only 50 minerals, 50 gas, so it kind of allows you to go back and forth much quicker. It's 250, 200, okay. But then it allows you to switch back and forth much quicker, and then it's not as big of a commitment because it's only 50-50. And even if the Terran does kill your Nydus, it doesn't really matter because it's 50-50. So you can kind of give it more tries. While before, if you committed to a Nydus worm all in, and like one of your Nydus gets shut down, it's kind of like a big deal because you're working off of 30-35 drones. So losing, it's literally twice as many resources. It might not seem like a big deal, but that early in the game, it's quite a big deal. Quite a big deal. Another thing is, I mean, honestly, Nydus costing 50-50 maybe kind of changes the meta of the Zerg in the late game with just a lot of Nyduses. And I don't mean just like one Nydus network and then like one Nydus worm at a time. Like 2-3 Nydus networks and 2-3 Nyduses at a time. Because again, they're only 50-50. That's the cost of a freaking Overseer. And you're going to force Terrans or Protoss to like go back in their base. Maybe if they're maxed out, they won't be able to make any units and they're attacking or something. So you can kind of cause, not base trades, but you can cause like weird situations where they're bleeding workers. So are all Nydus connected? Yes. Even if you have 5 different Nydus networks and you make 3 Nydus worms, you can put your units in any Nydus network and they will come out in any Nydus worm that you want to. How many units?
Can't be done without more overlords.
I think that's realistic.
Your forces have encountered the enemy.
Okay, let's test this. Okay, so guys, like someone mentioned in the chat that the Terran should be able to DPS it down, and I got to thinking like that actually probably could be true. So what we're gonna try now is a simulated kind of thing where he's gonna have a Viking, like 6 Hellions, a Marauder, and 3 Marines. Assuming that he like saw the Nydus, so he like pumped out a Marauder or something like that. And we'll see if he can DPS it down in that. Oh wow, never mind. Oh wow, okay, I was very wrong. Try without. Oh, let's try without the Marauder. Make some Cyclones too. For after. Okay, let's see. Ah, you can see. Oh my god, look at the difference. One Marauder. But I guess if he pulled SCVs, this would have been much easier. Defense. That's actually quite interesting. Move away a bit. So attack. Okay, let's try this. Like, he doesn't see it instantly, but then pulls the SCVs or something. So it's kind of like a little bit more realistic situation. Oh my god, Marauder makes such a huge difference. I don't know. Like, the thing is, if I Nydus here now, how's he gonna get it? You know? That's the thing, it's 50-50, so it's not as big of an investment. Let's see. Yeah, Cyclones don't do any DPS. Because of the high armor of the Nydus. Okay. How... Okay, so... The thing is... Right, Nydus main... I can just Nydus natural after. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought that you can't DPS it down, but as we saw, the Marauder makes such a huge difference. It's actually insane. Because again, the Nydus has high armor, so any early game Terran units like Marines, like Cyclones are very bad. I actually, not actually think, but I'm pretty sure that Hellions do more damage to the Nydus than the Marines do with the new Nydus. So yeah, so this is the thing, like, I think it's a trade-off. So I'm going here back and forth. First I thought it's like, oh, it's going to be the same. Then I thought, oh, this can be stopped easily. But because it's only 50-50, like he said, like let's say I put it here. He pulls the SCVs, he kills it. Then he's not mining, so he's not producing. Then I do Nydus here, and how does he stop the second Nydus? Like, it's going to go off, because the units need to come from here to there. And because it's 50-50, I can afford for this Nydus to die and then still have this one succeed, and I'm still fine. Yeah. So, I think there's... I mean, this is one of those things that I can see work both ways. Like, I can see this failing every time, but I can also see it, like, succeeding if Zerg knows how to put a Nydus. So you wouldn't put a Nydus here, for example. You would put a Nydus here and then here to make sure that the Terran doesn't have enough time to respond. So I do think that Nydus will very much still be a thing. Now, I'm not sure as far as Protoss goes. That's something that needs to be tested. Like Hellbats would do so much. Even Hellions, I think, do much better than the Cyclones. Like Hellbats would do really, really well. Okay, now we're gonna try with Protoss. I'm actually curious if Protoss can stop it. You don't see Nyduses as often against Protoss, but they're still viable. especially if the Protoss is going for like a Stargate build. So we'll see if Protoss would have enough units to defend this. Does one thing out DPS the Nydus? I don't think so. It's 200. I don't think so. But yeah, I think if you have like a Marauder, or if you have a, I mean, even Banshee, right? Like if you just had any unit that deals more damage than how much armor the Nydus has, you'll be fine. $33 DPS. If tank has 33 DPS, what is the Nydus erection time? Is it 5 seconds or 6 seconds? Or is it longer? Maybe it's longer. I'm so bad with numbers.
Need more minerals for that.
Target, like Oracle plus Phoenix. I think that's realistic.
Can't be done without more overlords.
Okay, that should be realistic. Like, Nydus would arrive around when the warp kit is finishing, and the Protoss would have Adepts, because you don't go like Zealot Stalker early game. You go maybe one Stalker into Adepts. So that's, I would say that's pretty realistic. Now, I actually think Protoss will destroy the Nydus completely because of the Oracle. And because Adepts literally will do better than the Marines killing the Nydus. So, yeah. We'll see though. Or did they? No, I don't think so. So what he actually, I'm not sure if not sure. He's asking before, but I'm sure that's I think that's still what's going on. So Oracle Beam does magic damage, and what that means is it doesn't get negated by armor. So if a unit has +3 armor, the Oracle will still do the same damage. But I don't know if they fixed that or if that was intended. I'm pretty sure it still counts as magic damage. Alright, let's give it a whirl. A twirl. It's actually quite interesting to test things like these because I'm pretty sure like no one is doing these kinds of tests. People are just like playing around. But these are very, very important things because like the Nydus, especially because it's an all-in, it can literally break the game. So this is something that needs to be tested and kind of make sure that that it's properly balanced. Because imagine if you couldn't kill it, right? Or if you just kill it no matter what happens. It's kind of very useless, you know, one way or the other. So, okay, Nydus. Okay. Okay, let's try with you putting Adepts on natural. Then shading back. Again, we're trying to like simulate kind of like realistic situation. The thing is like I'm gonna put it in vision. Let's just put it in vision. Now that I think about it, if the Protoss doesn't scout it... Oh my god. Yeah. Oracle does a lot of DPS, and that was without probes.
Spawn more overlords.
I mean, yeah, that is an issue, but you would be making, I feel like, more oracles, because you know that... Okay, so now they're like realistic, a little bit delayed response. No, that's not gonna kill it. The probes just don't do any damage, they do 0.5. It's not a lot. Okay. Try with Oracle and probes. Again, like I mentioned this again, like if I put a Nydus here and he defends, then I put the second one like there, he's gonna have much harder time getting there. And also there's the energy problem. Oh yeah, Void Ray bonus damage against armor plus prismatic. Yeah. Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay, let's see Void Ray. Oh, not even close. It's not gonna reach halfway. It's gonna reach. Try without prismatic. I mean, if without prismatic the Void Ray kills it, which I think it will. Yeah, it will. Then... Ah! Will it though? Yeah, but you would always have... So the difference between, I think, using it against Terran and Protoss, like against Terran, the units are slower. With Protoss you can shade, and also the Oracle is super quick. Like even if you have flying units like Banshees, they're not going to be that quick to move over. So it's interesting. I mean, this is not one of those like, oh, it's you know, that's it. Nydus's gameplay is dead. Like if you use it in a smart position, like here, and the Protoss doesn't see it, it's possible, but it does make it easier. Does make it easier. It feels like more fair, if that makes sense. Like it feels like Protoss and Terran can now react, but there's still space for Zerg to outplay by placing the Nydus at different places. At least that's how I feel about it. Maybe first Nydus front of the natural and second Nydus in the main. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you need to innovate a little bit. You can't just like plant it like right here like you used to. You know, you got to think about it differently, because it's not the same kind of usage out of it like you used to have. Try two stalkers. Or try Zealot plus stalk. Okay, let's do this.
Nothing left in that mineral cluster.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to just
Mineral
put
field
it there in front of the Protoss' army anymore. You're gonna kind of have to think. Ready? He has the Zealot right there. So you can see that the Zealot performs worse, and the reason for that is Zealot has 8 damage, so Zealot's damage gets reduced by 6, and then Zealot attacks twice, so it only attacks for 2+2. While the Stalker, because it has higher damage, it's 18. The damage gets reduced to 12, so it's still quite a bit of damage.
Can't follow that command.
Try kill the Nydus in time.
Can't follow that command.
Oh shit. Oh. I thought there's no units there. Okay, let's see.
Can't follow that command.
If I put it like there.
Yours to command.
Like, look, his response was super late, and he can still kill it. He could have only killed it with 2 oracles. Okay, that's enough, I think. That's really interesting. Now, the last thing that's like kind of left over to test is ZVZ, but I don't think there's a need to test because if you have Zerglings and Queens, you're not going to kill the Nydus in time. Zerglings are going to do 0.5 damage. But if you have Roaches, I'm pretty sure it's like super easy. How about an Immortal? Immortal does more DPS than a Void Ray. The question is, does Immortal do more DPS than a Void Ray with Prismatic Alignment? And for that, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure Immortal should be able to like solo it. So yeah, that's it for the Nydus Worm testing. Let me know what else you guys would like me to test. And that's it. That was an interesting one. I definitely think there's, like I said, a lot of potential. I think it's going to like be a little bit of a different meta on where you put the Nyduses and maybe even how you use the Nydus Worm in the first place. Obviously, you won't be able to put the Nydus right where the units are like you used to before in your production buildings. But yeah, someone earlier mentioned in the chat, maybe you use the Nydus in front of Protoss' natural, like outside of their base, and then when they go out, you Nydus in the main, and I think that's really smart. Because they might not be able to go back in time into their main base and defend. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out one of my previous videos. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.